Hello, welcome to our latest Project Spark stream. We've got some good stuff to announce for you today, but before we do that, we wanted to kind of, this whole thing about, people on Team Dakota not shaving their beards until beta ships. It hit me the other day that I realized, the artist clowns who started this whole thing and roped us into it, they're not the guys that are on stream every day looking like dorks like Henry and I. So these guys volunteered to come down and kind of show off a little bit of what they got. So why don't, my name is Mike Lascaux, I'm the community manager on Project Spark.
Henry Searchy, creative director on Project Spark.
I'm Andy Zivitz, I'm the art lead on Project Spark.
I'm Dave Pashut, I'm a concept artist on Project Spark.
Yeah.
So Andy, why don't you talk to us a little? You were one of the ringleaders on this thing.
Yes, I had the idea because I was trying to think of a fun way to inflict some suffering on us if we didn't get out in a reasonable amount of time. So I just wanted to come in today.
Well, we're suffering.
Just really, yeah, me too. This is just about as itchy as it gets for me.
This is something for me too.
Does it pass a stage? Like, how do people do it?
It's actually, I think it was itchier yesterday and the day before, so I think I'm beginning to turn the page on this. But
oh man!
I just wanted to come in and prove that we're still in solidarity with people who are waiting for beta.
Some of the community folks aren't shaving either, so that's on you as well. So.
Right.
The worst part for me though is like I had a beard before all this.
So you actually had to shave it.
That's hard. That's hard.
No, we started from scratch and had a little side bet going in the art department who could grow their beard the fastest. But Dave and I are actually doing a little. I'll just give you a little preview of this here. We're doing a little animation.
Oh, you're gonna have to
you might want to walk around and get that a little closer.
Yeah, not shaving till
We're
beta.
gonna do an animation. We'll release this when.
That's great, man.
When it's more impressive. Right now, it's only like the first 10 days. But there's Dave there. Give you a little preview monitor.
Yeah, look at that.
It's pretty long. It's pretty good for 12
I
days.
think your beard's really taking
The
over.
pie guy is doing too much information Thursday. He said his wife is not going to shave her legs until beta.
Nice.
So.
Nice. All right. Well, we're gonna go.
All right, thanks.
Bye.
Yeah.
Bye, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys. Hey, watch the stream. If we get in trouble, come down and rescue us.
Yeah, save us.
It's like help and help.
All right, so let's make us smaller.
All right, so I'm going to lower the screen here so that we don't have to put up with that stuff anymore.
Yay.
All right, so this stream we're going to talk about leveling and content packs and progression
All kinds of fun
and
stuff.
challenges and how it all works together and all very quickly and answer all your questions and possibly have Henry do a song and dance to a favorite Journey
This is
song.
going to be a don't blink type of stream. There's going to be a lot of stuff showing up. A lot of stuff.
Don't blink. Don't blink.
Don't blink.
Sorry.
All right. So Project Spark is where creators play and players create. It is a open world sandbox where you can make anything you can imagine. Make your own games, stories, movies, and more, and share it with the world. So here I'm going to show you that we can do some sculpting here in real-time 3D. We can change the world and the shape of it and do all types of cool stuff with our terrain. So I'm just going to go ahead and start off. I'm going to make an infamous U-shaped hill.
So I guess Nee was saying that she's trying to do those shirts again. So
I saw that.
So we need to get Kim and everybody else who was sad the first time
Yes.
to get everybody in the team to sign up and buy them so they actually print those things. So.
And I can very easily go ahead and carve a river and to do some more fun 3D stuff here. Just going to go ahead and make a tunnel. And then I'm going to go ahead and paint our world. And you can see the paint wraps around the sides.
Yeah.
Right now we are on Windows 8.1 using an Xbox 360 controller. Project Spark will be coming to Xbox One, Xbox 360, and Windows 8.1.
And we're showing this is actually this is our beta release candidate build, right?
It's just about. It's pretty close.
Right.
So today we are connected. We are live on the network, and all kinds of stuff can happen here. All right, so I'm going a little slow. I'll speed up. So you can also put things in your world and bring those things to life. So you can see here, let's throw in our trusty rock. Let's put our trusty rock down, scale it up a tiny bit. And then let's paint with our biome. So the biome is a really quick and easy way to fill in the world. And based on the size of my cursor, the biome will do a bunch of different stuff. So you can see here, trees, props, and everything will come in as you paint with the biome.
Right, so the bigger biome, the bigger things. If it was
Yep.
smaller, you'd get the smaller stuff.
That is right. All right, so let's hop into the fact that everything in the world can come with logic and behavior. I can just very easily test. And you can see here, I can run around the world I just created. But everything has its own brain, so I can go in and program stuff. So here it's very simple as a when and a do side. So I'm going to say when, detect, let's see, player. I'm going to do something. So I am going to go ahead and put a child rule. And then we've moved some stuff around here. So countdown timer, and number, 2.5, and then I'm going to loop that. And then let's have it grow. And we'll do a %. And throw a number in there. Let's see, 17 sounds good. And then let's throw another countdown timer in here. And another number. Let's do 10. And then we're going to create
So I'm trying to read somebody's name.
an effect.
Megan Snipe says she loves the phrase where creators play and players create.
Great. Something new that we're starting to use.
Yeah, you think we're going to use it more?
I do. I think I actually got it backwards. It's where players create and creators play.
So, yeah, so he's already ruined it.
That's true. Yeah. All right. So we're going to go ahead and, oops, switch this. Play effect, and then I'm going to scale that. It's good feedback.
Yeah, that was
First time
like
we get
what,
it,
$15 million well spent to have that firm come up with that.
Yeah, I wish I had a cut of that though. All right, so this rock that normally would do nothing, I just went and I gave it a brain. So by programming this with our visual programming language, and you can see there's a bunch of very easy recommendations and things like that to figure out. When the rock detects me, it's going to grow, and then at some point, it is going to unceremoniously or maybe ceremoniously explode. So anything in the world can be programmed like that. Trees can be characters. Characters can do all kinds of crazy stuff like that. So let's dive into what we're showing here today. So one of the things that we've talked about before is rewarding creators and making sure that playing and creating is a very homogenous thing. Mike, you've had some analogies around just doodling around with the game and doing stuff and having fun while doing that.
Right, just sort of, kind of doing some improv and kind of figuring out what comes out of it, and it's really cool.
Right. So we want to make sure that as you're playing, you're always creating, and as you're creating, you're always playing. So one of the things that we have is what we call challenges. So challenges are broken up to a bunch of different categories, and they allow creators as they're playing and things like that, and players as they're playing, to get rewarded. So I'm going to back out of our little world that we made, and I'm going to go through our modes that we have here for beta. So you can see we have Empty World, World Wizard, Game Guides, Crossroads. So I'm going to go ahead and hop into Crossroads. And you can see one of the challenges fired. Now that awards me what we call credits and XP. XP allows you to build up your Spark level. Spark level does a bunch of different things, but it also rewards credits. Credits we'll get into in a minute.
What a picture. Seeing the forest through the trees, are we? What time is it? That will shed some.
All right, so Crossroads is sort of a, people said Mad Lib, sort of choose your own adventure. It's a quick way to be able to generate your own games and worlds. And I'm just going to go ahead and make a little game here and start off my adventure.
Rewarding. Where does your hero
Pick my house,
paradise found?
put that down,
Humble lives, I always say.
and start off my village.
What lies at the heart of this village? Now you're barking up the right tree.
And now I'm going to pick my hero. Okay, so one of the cool things you see here is Avalon the Druid. Well, Avalon the Druid is actually something that is one of our content packs. So let me go ahead and see. I don't have this. I'm going to go ahead and use credits, and I'm going to unlock that. So everything in Project Spark has all of these types of variables around them where you can add things to it. You can see here now in Crossroads, I've got this entirely new character that I can play with. And these are some of our content packs.
Quest awaits your hero.
Okay, so let's go into our challenges. And let's see what we've got. So for today, we've got this series of challenges. We've got things like download, so we're rewarding our creators when people download stuff, getting upvotes, and we've got here some Crossroads stuff. So we've got here side quest Squirrel Ranch. If we go into our milestones, you can see for Crossroads, we've got things like collecting coins. So just playing the game and creating, we're going to start completing some of these challenges.
So can you just recap? So you create these challenges, and what are you getting from these challenges?
So you're getting credits and XP.
So you're getting XP, and which is for your overall.
Right, and all these numbers are all still being worked on. So some things may give more or less, et cetera, et cetera.
Right.
We're still working on that.
But the concept is you're going to have XP, and XP
Yep.
matters how?
So XP levels up your spark level. And leveling up your spark level gives you access to more things, more content options, and it also gives you credits for every level.
Okay, and so the credits, and this is what I'm just seeing the questions in chat. So there's credits, are what, because people are like, what, purchase what? So credits
Right.
are used to acquire,
Content packs. And
To unlock.
lots of different types of content and unlockables.
right.
New
So,
textures, all types of stuff. So
and also
we'll go-
technically it's not purchase, it's unlock. You use
It's
those
unlock,
to unlock
yeah.
it.
So Avalon, our druid here, has some basic melee attacks, but can also shapeshift into a wisp. So here my dodge attack is actually this little wisp form. I've got this down smash, and then I've got this sapping ability that allows me to build up these chambers of power. And then there's some pretty cool stuff I can do around that. So let's keep on going through some of our Crossroads stuff. And I'm going to let them choose my mystery meat here as my goal. So I don't know if you guys have seen that, but that's one of the really cool things is Crossroads can suggest stuff. Here's another thing, the Lonely Castle. So as content things get added to the game and as you unlock them, all these new options show up in Crossroads. So it adds a ton of gameplay just for playing the game to add these things on. So I'm going to go ahead and drive through the world, look for one of our little side quests, and drive my path back. So as you may have seen before in Crossroads, as I generate this path, it's creating gameplay for me. And gameplay will be things like coins that you can pick up and all types of stuff like that. So there's a bunch of like things that you can do from playing the mode over and over again to build up credits. And there's just a lot of stuff you can earn by doing regular gameplay. So here I'm going to run through. We saw one of the side quests was the Squirrel Rancher. Let's actually sap this guy here and build up some of our power. There we go. So this is one of the things I like. Now that I've got my power built up, if I do this dodge move, I'll actually lay down a little plant turret. Actually, I need 2 more. So if I do my little dodge move at full, there I go. I lay down this little plant turret that actually protects me, and I can do a bunch of cool stuff. Instead, my slam will turn into a super big radius slam when I charge up my powers and all kinds of fun stuff. Alright, so here's one of the side quests that you can pick in Crossroads, and one of the challenges we had today for our daily was the Squirrel Ranch. So let's, wow, there it is, first choice. Alright, so let's do the Squirrel Ranch, and let's see what this is. Okay, so we go through here, and then say, what can I help you with? All kinds of cool stuff. Alright, take this acorn, find some squirrels, and bring them back. Okay, so this one is one of the easier ones. We can go out and hunt throughout Crossroads and try and find some of the squirrels out here, and then bring them back to the rancher. So let's see if we can find the squirrel pretty quick. Oh, there we go. I think this might be it. Might be one of the ranch squirrels. Well, I think we got it. Then bring it back, and she should say thank you for bringing one around, and then you should see the challenge completed for collecting a bunch of coins in Crossroads and for doing the ranch side quest.
So guys, what we'll do now, we just wanted to kind of give you guys an example of what the challenges are, and then we're going to kind of get into some of the questions that you're getting about, you know,
Yep.
the DLC
And then we'll
packs
dig
and all that
into
stuff.
some of the different types of challenges and some of the philosophies behind the challenges as well. Because I think one of the things is these challenges are still new, and just like everything else with Project Spark, there's something we really plan on evolving as we go, right?
Right.
We plan on adding challenges, changing them around, getting feedback, and all types of really cool stuff like that. So here I'm going to go into my my boss battle selector, and we can show a little bit more combat with the character that we've just unlocked here, Avalon the Druid, which is one of the champions. You can then use Avalon with all of her powers to create your own games and user-generated content and that type of stuff. All right, so let's get some of the powers going. Do a nice dive bomb here. Come in on that. See if we can hit our powers around here. Now let's set up a cool turret. Try and finish these guys off. Some of our combos. Get away from the bomb. Now one of the cool things is I'm actually using some of the powers that I drained from the enemy to heal myself. So there's this cool little balance system of like, do you want to go ahead and put down the turret? Do you want to use it to heal yourself? And how you play it and stuff like that. Alright, so now let's pick a boss. You can see here the Haunted Cornfield pack has the Haunted Scarecrow that appears. Let's do the Flame Knight.
So that was a good example of when you have a content pack, it adds things to Crossroads. So now you have more options for things like that. So you have that boss now available for this and used in other ways as well. This guy looks hard, man.
Well, you gotta read his telegraph, and then you can dodge out. And once you build up your charge bar, it's gonna actually go into a fireball. See how I dodge that? And then do some attacks. He's starting to teleport. Let's hit him from above. Get some more energy going here. Lay down a turret. Give me some hand here. Now Avalon is more skilled with some of these other attacks and powering things up. So in straight melee, she's not the most powerful character. But you can see there's a lot of different attacks and techniques and things like that that I can do. Alright, now I got him stunned. Let's get some good hits in there. Let's do a cool dive bomb. Some more dodges. Get out of the way. Finish this guy off. So he is one of our tougher balanced bosses right now. And for a non-melee character, it takes a little while to get him down. But there's a bunch of different champions that you'll be able to play as, and a bunch of different bosses you'll be able to select. Oh, here. Almost got him. And just about. There we go. So, one of the other challenges here that should pop up is the challenge for defeating the Flame Knight. Or we may have gotten that one already. Let's see. Alright, so just like you saw before in Crossroads, I defeated the boss. Now I've got the teleporter back to my hometown. I can go ahead and I can finish off my quest. Found the mystery meat.
It's all about the mystery meat.
Saves the town. Mystery meat. So you get a cool score, a bunch of stuff. You can go in here and post your level. You can make your own game like this and start it off. You can go in and remix it and then customize what we just did, or start up another one. So there's a whole bunch of different ways to go about that. All right, so some of the stuff that you've seen before is Empty World. So Empty World is our blank slate. And again, we want to make sure that there's lots of really cool stuff to get rewarded for as you're doing things throughout the game. So let's hop into the challenges and take a look. The first category you'll see here is daily. So daily will update every day, and we'll be bringing in lots and lots of new challenges into this category. There's a bunch of stuff that rewards you just for playing and just doing what you would normally do. So for example here, Painter. Painter rewards you just for spending a certain amount of time painting. Sculpting, adding brain tiles is another one. The community downloading your levels is another great example.
So here's a question, right? Like in a lot of games that I played, and I know you have too, you get these challenges that are just sort of this ridiculous thing, like do something 10,000 times and stuff like that. Are there going to be some of those, or what is sort of the idea behind this?
Yeah, so we are totally trying to avoid that for the dailies. So the idea with the dailies is we've broken these down, and we don't have this displayed yet in beta, into what we call specializations. So if you think about it, creating a game has these sort of sub-careers and specializations. So if you are really into programming, you're going to go down a programming specialization. If you're really into art and sculpting and building level design, there's a level design specialization. And there's like 5 or 6 of these specializations. And every daily challenge encompasses at least 1 or 2 of those things.
Right.
So for example here, we have some fun stuff like Spawner. So Spawner says, use the create tile in one brain. Example, when input do create, open prop gallery, and then choose a sword. And that's a cool way to show off programming and game making in one of the specializations. There's another one here called Earthquake, and that's what we call brain puzzles. So there's brain puzzles, there's also some quest challenges, and brain puzzles are fun because they're sort of a little riddle that we want the community to work together on, and that actually is making a brain and figuring it out to complete that challenge.
Right.
Now, on top of the dailies, we have what we call goals. So goals are really, really easy and really kind of one-time challenges to do. So activating create mode gets you some credits, and playing Crossroads for the first time, playing through some of the tutorials and the World Wizard. Essentially every mode has some of these goals. But in addition, you can see here, I don't know if you can see it very well, there's one here that's Village Defense 1 of 5. So the first thing you do in this challenge is add a champion to your level. Then you add a bunch of houses to make a village. Then you add some male peasants. Then you add some female peasants to bring the village to life. And then the last step of the challenge is to put in some enemies. And just like that, we've got this tiering challenge that's already made this little level or this little game out of completing a challenge.
And so these are goals. So these aren't like the repeatable dailies, right?
So these aren't the repeatable dailies.
So these are things
goals.
that we want people to kind of experience once.
Right,
So
exactly.
it's not we're going to make them do that every day.
And they're around doing things like exposing new areas of the game or showing stuff off for the first time. The dailies are the things that you can keep coming back to, and they're going to change and be pretty consistent and stuff like that. And again, there are challenges for Crossroads, for the World Wizard. There's challenges for every mode and lots of different types of things. There's challenges for using the biomes and that type of stuff. And then the big one here is milestones. So milestones are sort of all-up challenges that accumulate across everything you've done, and there's multiple tiers of these. So for example, you can see Brain Mastery, I'm 2% through tier, Biome Mastery, I'm 2% through tier 1. That's for using the biome tool and all types of stuff. There's some fun stuff like add a bunch of sounds, adjust properties, get 10 downloads on your levels, 100 downloads on your levels, all those types of things.
So
Get
I know-
remixes on your levels.
I know that
and
the
stuff
numbers
like that.
aren't final and you're still sort of balancing all this stuff out and getting it going, but can you give people a sense of like, how hard do you expect it to be? How much time, how much effort to get one of these milestones completed?
The milestones? Well, the milestones are going to take time throughout your career. So just like anything else, it'll take a certain period of time, several weeks or something like that, to maximize your spark level. But the milestones are going to be stuff that you do all along the way. These are things that we think some players are going to strive for, but mostly they're going to be emergent. So as you're
something
playing and just doing stuff, these milestones are going to pop up to reward you with doing it.
Right, so this is just stuff that like a normal gameplay, you're just playing the game, you're going to say, hey, yeah, we've been tracking this, and you notice you did
Exactly
that.
right, exactly.
And I noticed there's tiers here, so...
Yeah, so right now they each have about 10 tiers.
Oh,
So
wow, okay.
one of the really fun ones, and Mike, we've talked about this philosophy a lot. The idea is, we want people who are making great games, great creations to get really rewarded. So, one of the examples of this is total download. So across all of the levels you make, as you're getting downloads every day, there's daily challenges for downloads, but just for your career, there's these download challenges. And as you're just getting people to play your games and like them and download them, you're getting milestones and achievements.
So
and
that's
things like
really
that.
cool, right? Because we want to encourage people to do that, because we
Yeah.
think that's cool. We want
Yeah.
everybody to get their stuff out.
Yeah.
But, so I make this great level, somebody turns around, remixes it,
Yeah.
puts it up. Do I get credit or what?
So yeah, that's one of the challenges, is getting credit for all of the remixes that have been done from your work.
So you actually earn credit
You earn some XP and things like that for
being
challenges.
for being remixed, which is one of the challenges. So so there's a lot of different things there. Okay, great.
Yep. Okay, so let's go through some of the philosophy of what is there to unlock. So let's hop into, which we have not shown before.
Yeah, so this is like the spark level, right?
Yeah.
So people
Actually-
are asking, why do you want, what's the spark level
Right.
for?
So actually, let me show one thing before we jump into that. So we showed game guides when E was on here, and one of the things I want to show is you can actually launch these guides from inside the game. So as you're creating, you can have these tutorials pop up, and there's challenges around this too. So for example, this is select sculpt mode, and go ahead and use your brush here to sort of make your own mountain. And this actually leads you through sort of the U-shaped hill. So as you're doing these little in-game modules, now again, imagine you've started to create your own little world here, and you started to do some stuff, and you said, well, I want to learn how to sculpt or how to make a mountain or something like that. Well, you can just go in here very quickly and start to learn that through the sculpting. So they're going to go through here and say, this is how you do different types of the stuff with the brush. I'm going to go ahead and make a river. And again, this is sort of our emergent tutorial system, our game guides and stuff like that. It teaches you how to undo, it teaches me how to change the intensity of my brush, and all types of cool stuff. So as you're playing, you can drop these modules into your game at any time and get a kickstart. So one of the things is that's really cool, for example, is the idea around like just creating a hero. That's one of the modules that you can drop into to your game. and we actually do challenges around this and reward you for stuff like that. So I'm not making the prettiest thing here just to go quick, but you can see as you go and paint through different stuff, and you make your little mountain. See if we can get to the end. We get a little challenge, ideally. There we go. So just for doing this little module.
So just little things like that, you're getting
Right.
some challenges and some
Exactly.
rewards.
So just for
and stuff
doing
like
this
that.
little module that we dropped down in the world we're making and making our own little mountain, we were able to get another emergent challenge. Okay, so let's hop into the marketplace. So one of the things that you'll see in the marketplace is there's quite a array here of options and things that are there to purchase and to unlock. So you can see again, all of these prices are temporary, but here's some of the packs that we've talked about and shown before. Haunted Cornfield. So what's really cool is you can complete these challenges, earn credits, and you can go ahead and just unlock Haunted Cornfield that we've showed you before.
So, okay, because this is one of the things that we saw when we were showing off Haunted Cornfield. People
Yep.
were asking, like, hey, number one, is this free? Do I have to buy it in
Right.
beta? How do we do it? How much
Yep.
will it be? And that sort of thing. And and this is kind of one of the reasons why we couldn't really, we're like, hey, we have to talk about that because
Yep.
we want to explain this whole system so you guys understand. So basically, if you're just playing and creating and do what we normally want you to do and what you guys want to get into Project Spark and do, you are going to be earning these credits as well as your Spark level XP, and you can earn enough that you would be able to spend that or use
Yep.
that to unlock and get Haunted Cornfield, and
Yep.
boom.
So for example, we've got a bunch of credits, so we can just go in here and now we have Haunted Cornfield. So there
So that's
we
cool.
go.
Can you show what do we? So.
Yep. So some of the things, the terrifying tales are true. The cornfield near Creep Woods is haunted. Seek adventure in the ghostly dark at your own peril. So this includes build your own Fright Fest, corn mazes, and spooky adventures, 60 all-new props, sounds, effects, and backdrops, create and play with new creatures, including the crow and the possessed scarecrow, and then we tell you sort of what adds to your play experience. Crossroads, you can battle the new scarecrow boss, and the lost farmer side quest.
Okay, good. So this is something else that I think people weren't clear on. What does a content pack mean?
Yep.
I think some people thought it was biomes. Some people thought it was
Yep.
like completely different. So here, that listed it out. It said 60 different props, items, sounds,
So it tells you all this stuff in it. Yep.
bosses. I mean, just to get a sense. Now, as far as size, is that big, small? Like, how do you guys see as these content packs go?
I think there's time to evolve as we go. The idea around the content packs is to sort of spur new games, new genres, and new areas of wish fulfillment. So you'll see things like these loose items here, like Knight's Legendary Axe. So you'll need Spark level 47. Again, all these numbers are temporary. We're still adjusting these. So you'll see Spark level 47 and 5,400 credits to unlock that.
So really, I have to kind of, I'd be leveled up.
Yep.
And
So as you
only-
level up, this will start to be
So
stuff
this
you
is
can get.
this is sort of like almost like a prestige item in a way that only
Yep.
the folks that are really into Project Spark and doing a lot
Yep.
are going to have, whereas somebody brand new who comes in who,
Exactly, and of course we're trying to set it up so when you get to Spark level 47, that's a pretty easy number of credits to have, and it's something that people can unlock pretty easily. Or if they want to save up and go after the big content packs, they can do stuff like that as well.
Right.
And one of the cool things is we talked about the philosophy of like what you get. You guys have seen Woodlands. So Woodlands is the theme that's there. All the stuff to make the game that you've seen, the brain tiles, all of that stuff is all there in the beta. That's stuff that you don't have to unlock. You've got the full visual programming language. You've got just a ton of stuff that's already there and available to you.
So basically at a high level, it's like the core creation experience is still there and normal. This is the added on stuff that we're doing and that we want to, if people like it, right, we want to continue to generate new stuff and things that people want.
Now, these in-game loose items are an exception because they take only credits. But one of the other things, of course, is if you want this stuff right away, or you don't want to save up, or you want to save up for something specific, you can go ahead and purchase tokens. And here you'll see the Knights Training Camp lets you just go ahead and buy it.
Right.
So if you want to jump ahead and get all the content pack type of stuff that we've shown, you can go ahead and do that. Another cool thing is materials. Limestone materials, so there's new textures and things like that in here. There's just a ton of really cool stuff, and these things all sort of work. So a lot of these have brains attached to them. TNT bundle lets you throw it and it detonates. All of that cool stuff. So let's go into Village Festival. This is something that we haven't shown before, and just like before, you can see credits, tokens, but everybody can hop right in here, and you can just go ahead and preview all of these content packs.
So really, even if you're a brand new player, you could actually jump into each content pack and play the preview level.
Yep. So a
do
lot
that.
of people are asking about cost on the tokens. I don't think we've completely finalized where we're at. I don't know if we're going to say like what it is to a token to money right now, because you'll see that as soon as beta comes out. But essentially we're thinking like the content packs that are wish fulfillment are probably like a $3 to $10 range. And of course, there's credits available if you unlock that stuff too. So there's a bunch of different ways to get at this stuff.
Gotcha. Okay.
All right, so join the festivities as Verdia kicks off its summer festival with a spectacular and breathtaking fireworks display. Purchasing this content pack includes make your own fireworks display and celebrations, over 30 new props, effects, assemblies, features working fireworks, festive decorations, squirrel plushie. Everybody likes the squirrel plushie. And then for Crossroads, this adds the Village Festival Times Square. So this adds a new experience to that too. Okay, so again, we're in the preview. We went into the content pack, and now we're previewing the Village Festival. So I can walk around the level, I can see these people, little squirrels walking around, and this is a playable experience just for trying it and seeing what's in there.
All right, I'm
So-
getting I'm compiling a list of
I'm sure
questions
it's
here.
flurrying
yeah.
in, and this is a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
that
that's a
we're
lot
going
of stuff.
through,
That's
for
why I
sure.
want a dedicated
Yep.
stream to this, guys.
So here's some cool assemblies that come with this, little fireworks on display. So let me go ahead and talk here and say, okay, what's available? It's pretty cool. I can see all the things. And then I can walk over and I can actually try them. So here's a little fireworks spinner. Here's a little rocket. And these are all things that come with the pack. All the fireworks work. You can put them down. Have your own little festival. The little bazaar tents and camps and stuff like that all come with it. Here's some, whoa, Roman candles. Sometimes we hit the NPC. It's dangerous.
Some fireworks.
It is dangerous.
I think I know a lot of people that would just all day would just go in and just play the preview and just keep lighting off fireworks. You know?
It's pretty cool. So I can do that. I can walk over to this little stand here that's set up. I can say, yes, I would like a squirrel plushie. And they are the finest craftsmanship. And here's my little buddy, little squirrel plushie. So now I can walk around the festival like that.
Oh, jeez.
Explore the ye old kite shop. So you can see here, here's some kites floating around. Again, all this stuff comes with the pack.
So if I bought this pack now, could I use that stuff and remix it and
Yep.
use like that merchant and that other stuff in
Yep.
my levels? That's kind of neat. So it's kind of a way to kind of explore what things you might want to play,
Yep.
as well as what things you might want to use to create.
Exactly. So here's a real example of, this is going to have some audio. So anybody who's got their audio up really high, get ready. So here's an example of a cool fireworks display that they put on. And you can see here, lighting up the sky with a whole variety of different fireworks, new effects that come with this pack, and all kinds of fun stuff. And then I can go over and sort of fire off my own and say, yeah, let me shoot my own firework display. And there we go. So that's a peek into the Village Festival.
It's pretty sweet.
And there we go. So for people that are joining us late, we can do maybe a quick recap. So Project Spark has a series of challenges that rewards you daily across milestones for your whole career for just about anything that you do, and it allows you to just go ahead and play and create and get rewarded for that. There's also some really fun stuff around inspiration. It gives you some cool little challenges. It gives you some cool little goals to shoot for, and maybe it shows you some stuff that you didn't know was there, and some fun stuff like the how to spawn an item. It's right there and tells you how to do it.
Sweet.
And then you can go ahead and take those credits. So you get XP and you get credits for creating, for finishing quests and challenges. And again, we're all working on the numbers and which of the challenges gives you credits and XP and how much and stuff like that. But you can take the XP and level up your Spark level. And that allows you more access to prestige items that are in the marketplace.
Right.
And it allows you to earn some credits just for leveling up. And then you can use the credits to unlock content packs, individual items, prestige items, and all types of fun stuff. I'm going into the World Wizard here. You saw some more challenges for the World Wizard. And very quickly I was able to go ahead and create my own little 3D flying game. I've got my little world that's automatically spawned. And I'm just going ahead and...
And this is just
playing.
with World Wizard, right?
This is just with the World Wizard.
That's kind of fun. I mean, that's kind of cool just to go in and fly around
Yep.
and stuff. Yeah, show off your friends. Hey, check this
Yep.
out.
So
Look what
you
I just
can't buy
made.
credits. Credits are earned. You can buy tokens, which are things that you can spend money to purchase. And the cool thing about the credits is, like Mike said, some of those items are prestige because they're tied to a Spark level and credits.
So there's something. Okay, so are there things that you can only purchase with credits?
Yes, those are those loose items.
So there's loose items that you can only purchase with just credits.
That's right.
There's also the level locked items that you need to unlock.
Those
the
can
option.
be one and the same. So a loose item you purchase only with credits could be level locked.
Could also be level
Yep.
locked. Now, what about items?
Think of
that-
it more as a level requirement.
Level requirement,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. So you need to be this level. You need to be this tall to get on this ride. Now, what about tokens? Token only? Is there going to be some stuff that only have tokens?
There very well could be. For beta right now, from everything you've seen, unless something changes between now and re-release, all the content packs will have a credit and a token option on them.
So we have nothing as of right now that
As of
is
right now, we do
token
not.
only. But who knows,
Yeah.
right? Like that's part of having beta, seeing what you guys like and want, and
Exactly.
that sort of thing.
So diving back into the challenges, one of the things that we see here is play UGC. So let's hop into the community and play UGC. And I'll give a recap too of, we've got two separate categories here. So you can see play, and that allows you to go into the community and play things that people have made, something that's hidden and coming soon. We've got Crossroads, which is the kind of create your own game, choose your own adventure, choice type of stuff. And then we've got Create. Create allows you to continue what you've been making, start from a blank slate, empty world. There's the World Wizard, which is what you just saw, make a game really quick. Game guides will be renamed tutorials.
Really?
So there'll be a series of tutorials
I didn't get
allow
that
you to make
memo.
your own adventure games. And then Crossroads is also Create, because it's Create and Play. Those are all available from the start. Those are all there for beta. The only one that's locked right now is the sort of hidden mode we'll talk about a little bit later that's coming.
That's apparently called
Down the road.
Called
Yep.
Creation Quest.
All right, so let me hop into this user-generated content here. Let's see, what would be interesting to play? Maybe we'll try some Rodent Rage. So let's hop into Rodent Rage. So you guys may have seen this before. This is sort of a cool touch-based or mouse and keyboard type of game that lets you play with physics and our fun squirrels. So here I'm just doing some cool moves, dropping the goblins down to the ground. I think, did Sapienza play this?
Yeah, we did. We showed this on the stream and kind of showed it real quickly, like how this initial front was it done and how it's just this little street. It's kind of a neat little thing, and it's all done, and all three levels are actually in the same spot. They just tell them when.
Yeah,
to
that was
appear.
amazing, I thought, actually, yeah.
Who created this? Do you remember?
I don't. I know it's been kind of adjusted as we go. So we intend to kick off with a couple of different examples when we go live with beta and stuff like that. So this will be one of the ones that you can just go ahead and just start off and play and give it a go. So some of the other things that we haven't really talked about a lot is these screens will have descriptions. So as a user, you can go ahead and you can put descriptions in your own creations. You can put tags on all of your levels so they're easy to find and easy to search. And then you can go ahead and you can go in here and you can uprate levels. You can go and go to the website, and there's a forum for every level. So every level has their own section where you can comment on things and you can talk about them.
Now hold on. You said that there are some goals and milestones that involve downloads and ratings
Yep.
of your levels. So
Right.
in a lot of ways, this is a way that for people to really market their levels. Because then if they get a lot of plays and
Yeah.
people really like it, they're going to get rewarded. So it's really
Absolutely.
rewarding the great creators.
Yes, and that is definitely the goal. The goal is always to reward great creators, allow them to lock more content, use that content to create great things, and constantly keep that cycle. So we want the great creators making all of the example stuff, showing the world what's possible and what's out there. So another thing that we haven't dove into much is UGC feeds. So you can see here, there's a whole bunch of different examples. We've got newest, top rated this week, all time, most downloaded. The other thing that you can do is if you know the name of what you want, you can just go ahead and you can search for it. And
If you can spell.
If you can spell. And then you can search for that just by the word. You can also search for, I believe, it works on the game as well as the website. You can, we may not have them up under that name right now. You can see it's just actually not showing you the creators, but on the website you can actually search by the creator.
Right, and we should show off the website at some point.
We should,
although
definitely.
They're going to see it really
There's a bunch of
soon.
stuff on the website.
I don't know how many streams we have before you guys are going to be in here seeing all this.
That is right.
That's why it was important to get this out and to kind of explain it all
Yep.
to you guys before it gets there. So, what do you got next? Because I still have a bunch of questions, and I know
Do
you
we
still
have?
stuff.
Why don't we cover questions on what we've covered so far, and then we'll dig into sort of the next
Well,
one.
yeah, I think most of the questions are leading. So,
Okay.
people want to know about level linking.
Level linking. So level linking is not going to make beta. We were not able to get the saving through the level linking done in time.
So, wait, I thought you
Uh,
guys were against level linking.
and we were not able to. What do you mean?
I thought like philosophically, we felt that level linking went against the spirit of the game. That we want to have collaboration, we want to have awesome things.
Oh,
that
you mean
people work
level
together.
locking?
Level locking. When I said
Locking.
level linking,
You said level linking.
oh, so
Very good.
okay, level linking. So level linking is not
Level
going to
linking.
make beta,
Right.
but will be soon.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, level locking.
So, level locking has
I
been
thought
brought
I
up
was
a
like,
lot.
wow, we just totally things happen fast here.
That's true. Level locking has been brought up a lot. You know, the biggest thing that we feel is we started this project because we wanted people to learn from each other. We wanted people to create. We wanted people to be able to do things like, hey, I really love programming, so I'm going to dive really deep into making some gameplay and some programming things, and you really love doing art for the worlds and for the levels. So you can go ahead and you can dive in and you can make all types of fun stuff with the worlds and your own art and things like that. So we really wanted to make sure that people could collaborate, they could learn from each other, so that you could remix others' creations and you could work together on stuff. And you know, that goes into our multiplayer philosophy as well, is that, you know, we feel multiplayer is very important. We haven't given the specifics for it. Soren has a fantastic talk up from GDC Next that has some slight multiplayer teasing in there. And it's a really fantastic talk for anybody who's a fan of the game and is more interested in Project Spark and sort of what inspired us to do it. I definitely say grab that talk and check it out. Soren is amazing. And part of that is just collaborating and working together. So we feel like locking levels goes against that spirit. Instead, what we're working on is what we call Lineage. And Lineage is only partially complete for beta, unfortunately. But the idea behind Lineage is if you create something, you are forever tagged on that as the creator. And then if somebody remixes your level, they get co-creator credit or contribution credit. And we're actually doing some stuff related to how we detect the challenges that says how much are you affecting this level and how much of a co-creator are you on this level. So if you go into somebody's level and you just swap out a plant for something else, you're going to get almost no credit in there.
Right.
We also have feeds that are original creations only. So you'll be able to see things that haven't been remixed that are only original creations. We are going to extend that past beta to brains and assemblies and all types of other stuff. So anything you create is sort of going to have that DNA on it. Think of it like a crafted item or something like that. And then as it proliferates into the world, somebody might use your amazing creation and it's always going to have your name on it. And that's what we really want, that spirit. You know, we have this vision of, I play this amazing game and the credits automatically generate and the credits roll and they come out on the screen and it says created by blah blah blah, this and this and this done by these co-creators and stuff like that. So that's why philosophically we think co-creating is super important to the community, the ecosystem, the game, and just learning from each other.
Right. Okay.
Yep. So a bunch of people are asking about something I'll actually show. We were a little bit on the fence about this, but you will see that this is working in the beta build. So Big World here is working.
You know, it's funny because when we first started showing it and playing the game, the original area we had was like, yeah, this is great. You know, people wanted something bigger, but I'm like, look at all the great stuff you can do. Then we showed off Big World and started doing it, and then we went back, and I was like, oh my god, I feel claustrophobic.
Yeah. Well,
so
I
this
mean,
is really good that we're here with that, because I was
again, Big World is about how you want to build your games. So you will not be able to fill in like this entire acreage with solid voxels to the ceiling, right? But what you'll be able to do is make really, really long terrain if that's what you want, is a lot of acreage. You can do things like a runner game that goes on really, really long. You know, for example, like this looks like it's maybe not that big because you can zoom out really far. Let me actually find where I put that and see where I did that. Let's see, it's over here. So this might look that big. It might look like it's not that big from just, you know, zooming way out in the edit, but you can see here just running around with my character, I can't even see the edge of that.
Right,
It's pretty big. So can you make the world loop? The idea was around level linking, and that's going to come after beta. So level linking can be anything, a region, a zone.
Wait, when you say after
cave.
beta, what does that mean?
So once we release beta, we're going to constantly be doing updates. We're going to have some bigger updates and some bigger moments that might have some bigger things like multiplayer. That'll be like a big update. But we're going to constantly be updating, fixing things, looking at things that are comfort of life.
So you're saying level
and
linking,
stuff like that.
level linking is planned to be after the beta release.
Yep, after
So
the beta
not
release.
after beta is done.
No.
Okay, I just
No.
want to clarify
It
because
is
I know
planned to be
people
after
be like,
the beta.
we gotta
Yep.
wait for level linking.
Right. So level linking will be something after beta's done, and you can do things like put a cave here or just a trigger zone, and then you can go straight into another level that has just it can be completely fresh, or it can be something that you're specifically linking to that's already been created, and there's just a whole bunch of options around that stuff.
And so, and to kind of put things in perspective, as we were trying to get to beta, these are a lot of things that we were wrestling with. Like, can we put it? Is it okay to go without? Like, do we absolutely need level linking?
Right.
Like, it's going to delay when we can start the beta.
Yep.
And there was probably 1,000. I don't even know because it's really Henry who's in the thick of this. Thousands of these decisions that the team really wrestled with, stuff that we wanted to get in versus, my God, we want to get this out because they see it and they want it. And,
Exactly.
You know, it's
Exactly.
so it's tough. It's hard.
Yep.
Like you never get everything right. And I know some people be like, hey, you should have waited to put this in, or you should have gotten this a month ago. So
Yeah. And you know, the big thing for us is we have we have been collecting a ton of feedback just in our internal alpha, and you know, we're looking for things around getting all of that feedback and that type of stuff. And they're continuing to find ways to work in Journey. I see.
Are you going to Mordor? That's
So
what they're asking.
I
It's a pretty
could
long
potentially
walk.
eventually. So you know, you can go ahead and look at all the stuff that we provided for beta, give a ton of feedback, and there's just going to be so much there to look into, and there's going to be so much there. So we wanted to focus on experiences that were really kind of indicative of what we wanted to convey to the user, because we wanted to empower everyone, all of you guys, to give us that feedback. And half-done features and things just got really difficult and got on the bubble, and some of them had to get cut. There's definitely polish, there's definitely things we want to improve, but those things are sort
And
of
there's
there
plenty
for
of edge
everybody to
cases,
try.
right? If you want to come into the beta and say, hey, I want to find ways to break the game, believe me, there's a million ways. What we want to do is have that experience and see what's working.
Yeah.
See if all these systems we have, you guys like them, and
Exactly.
they spur the right type of stuff that we want to promote.
So Mike, we're running close to time here. So one of the final big things was people have seen some. We went through the marketplace and we've shown some of the stuff that's in
So
here.
so hopefully this is. I'm guessing what you're going to announce next. But so people want to know what happens. Can I play if somebody has a content pack and makes something?
Exactly.
Can I play that if I don't have it? And also, can I remix it? Like, because then why would anybody buy a content pack
Right.
if you do it once and then I can just remix and everybody has it, right?
Exactly. So, so I guess let's tackle this in a good demonstrable example here. So anything you have, whether you've unlocked it, whether you've used credits, whether you've used tokens, if we put stuff in, it just unlocks when you level. Anything you have sort of goes in this big collective pool of what you have. If you're trying to play content, user-generated content with stuff you have, just go ahead. You can play it, no problem. Just keep going, play unlimited.
So hold on. So let me just make sure, because I understand this, because I got to tell people this soon, and answer a million questions on Reddit and Facebook. So if I purchase a content pack, right, and Naruk makes a level that uses that content pack, I can play that content pack unlimited as much as any of his levels, play it, no problem.
If you purchase that content pack and
if I own what he's using, I can do that forever.
just play it as long as you want.
Okay, so what if I don't?
Okay,
Am I
so
out of luck?
this,
Do I have to buy it?
So this is an example right here of a content pack that has things from the desert in it that we don't have on this profile, on this character.
Right.
So what you see here is we have a little icon on the screen that indicates timer, and we have a little icon on the screen that indicates remix.
It's hard to see with that.
Right. One of the things you guys may have seen is in the top right is our profile card. That level 25 is your Spark level. The bar that goes across is your Spark XP. The profile name is obviously our test profile name. The kind of silver tree icon is our credits. The sort of gold bar icon is our tokens. The picture that looks completely frightening is your gamer tag. And then you can see the little 20-minute clock. So every day you get what we call Spark time. And we give you 20 minutes. It refreshes every day. And that allows you to play anything. Created with as many packs are in there, whatever you don't own, etc. And it only counts when you're playing something that doesn't have stuff, that has stuff you don't have.
So I'm playing Naruk's level that I happen to own that.
Yep.
Maybe it's Connor
Never,
Cornfield.
never ticks down.
I get my 20 minutes per day. Then I jump
Never
into
takes
this level that you made, and I don't
Right.
have that content pack because I'm not sure, right? I'm like,
Right.
do
You
I
don't
want to
have
do
it.
this?
Yep.
And so, but then I can play it, and I have
Exactly.
20 minutes, and then when I stop, the timer stops. So you have
Exactly.
20 minutes of that per day, and the reason being was we didn't want. I mean, because this is something that like you guys had to figure this out, right?
Yeah.
We're thinking about this,
This-
like,
this-
geez, this is
this
a
is a
problem if you
challenge, yeah.
can't play that stuff.
Right, and we didn't, we wanted everybody to be able to play stuff and try it and be able to surf the community and graze through the games and things like that. So let's say what happens when you're out of the 20 minutes. So what we provide here is, and I'm just going to go in this level and you're going to see I'm going to play the game and it's going to tick down. So what we provide is sort of a premium option that allows you to play anything you want for a day, play anything you want for 30 days. You can go and buy what we call Spark Power. So Spark Power contains unlimited spark time. It also contains a ton of different benefits. So for example, right now for beta, if you have Spark Power, what did you call it, Mike? You're in Spark.
No,
You're Spark Power.
Yeah, if your account is
So
Spark Power,
if you're Spark
powered.
powered, you have unlimited spark time, so you can go ahead and play anything out there created with anything, and you'll get tons of benefits to your XP earning and your credit earning. So you'll actually get 50% more credits and 50% more XP. And the cool thing is you can get Spark Power with credits. And you can get Spark Power with tokens. So if you want to play something and you have some credits and you just want to check it out for a day and you don't want to go through looking at the content stuff, just get the Spark Power, use your credits to go ahead and play it, and you can play anything you want for a day.
Okay, and so Spark Power allows you to play anything, even if you don't own it.
Yep.
All the time. So basically your Spark timer goes away at that point. You don't have
exactly.
it.
So let's go ahead and go into the marketplace.
So what else does Spark or having your
Yep.
account Spark powered? What else does that give
Exactly.
you?
So here you can see this is our 1 day, and you get 50% bonus credit gain, and you get 50% XP gain while you're in Spark Power. So you can go ahead and you can be in this, earning more and more credits. In fact, one of the things that we do the first time in beta when you have used your 20 minutes is we give you enough credits to go ahead and buy another day and just go ahead and keep on going. So you can go ahead and just keep going and not have to stop. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to buy this. I'm going to buy it with credits. And now you can see my timer just goes out to 0. It's unlimited now. So I can go ahead and I can play anything I want. When I go back into the gladiator level, I no longer have the timer here. It doesn't care what content I have, and just boom, there you go, right back in with no problem.
Sweet.
So the
And
last part of this is
and one of the
remix.
questions people questions people were asking is if you could purchase Spark levels.
No, you cannot purchase Spark levels.
But
However,
if you
like-
have the premium, if you have a Spark powered account,
Exactly.
it gives you a bonus to the XP you earn.
Exactly.
So
Yep.
it can give you a leg up on ways to do that. And you
Yep.
can always purchase the Spark
Yep.
the Spark Power, that sort of premium pass with the credits you earn
Exactly.
in games.
And if you run into something where you're playing the game and you don't have Spark time, you can just convert right there. You don't have to worry about losing where you're going. Just go ahead and hop right back in. And again, you can use credits on this. You can use tokens on this. We wanted to give as much flexibility as possible.
right.
So the one thing that you touched on before, and there really wasn't great ways to solve this from a standpoint of like a simple interface kind of difference. So we have the clock on play, and then we have the little construction icon on remix, and that indicates that this pack does contain things you don't own, and in order to remix it, we will then give you the content purchase option so you can see what this pack was made with, and then if you have that pack, you can go ahead and remix it all you want.
Okay, so basically to remix, you need to remix a level, you need to own the content.
Yes.
So in a way, if I wanted to level lock my thing, I could buy a content pack nobody has,
Well,
and nobody could remix it, right?
So, I mean, we want to do a bunch of different options in the future. So, one of the things that we talked about too is, again, the spirit of collaborating, so not locking, but collaborating, is we want to be able to allow you to post a level to the world and post a level to just your friends. We don't know if we're going to be able to do that or get to do that, but we think that's a good way of sort of getting feedback on your level, putting something out there that might not be done, but also having it shared with all of your friends and the people that you want to see it. So that's one of the things that we're considering. Mike, you've already sort of found an interesting way to not necessarily lock things, but maybe make it a bit harder.
I'm just wondering,
which was if you have a level 50 prestige item in your level right now, somebody else has to have that level for 50 prestige item. So that narrows down probably the people who can get into it right away.
That's kind of interesting. It's yeah. It just seems like there's ways that you could do that then and kind of get that.
Yep. So I think we've gone through pretty much everything. Are there any other questions?
Sure. What are the other questions, guys? I kind of have the list here, but I think it's scrolled off on screen.
Yes, it does. It does give you the list of which packs are contained in that specific level you are trying to edit that you may not have.
Okay, so a one-time fee or something like that. We don't. I don't think we have any plan for anything like that. Now, when you purchase your Spark Power, you can get. It comes in a different levels. Like you can buy a day pass.
You can buy a day or 30 days right now in beta.
A day or 30 days.
And that's something that, as we go through beta, we'd love to, to maybe consider some other options in there. Do something, yearly, or just hear what people are sort of wanting there, because we're definitely open to hearing a lot of those options.
Right. Okay. So no full pass, because I think I think the concern for a lot of people is going to be, well, hey, is there suddenly going to be a million things that I need to get, and suddenly I'm paying $100 million a year to go in, or I have to stay up 24/7,
right,
creating levels to earn enough credits to buy all that stuff.
I think that's the beauty of the Spark Power being Spark Powered is, no matter how many content packs are out there, or if you don't have things unlocked or whatever, and you just want to play everything, the Spark Power gets that taken care of. If you want to go through the content packs, we know that people are going to have favorites, and they're going to have things that they want to go to right away and stuff like that. So again, you can go ahead and spend money and unlock them immediately. There's nothing stopping you from doing that for the content packs. Or you can play the game for a while and build up some currency and use the credit. So we really tried to reward people that are creating and playing a lot, let them play with more and more stuff, and we tried to give people a lot of options and flexibility. So it's the first time we're telling everybody this, and there's a lot to absorb, but there's just a lot of different flexibility, and that was one of our goals.
That's a good question. So Nee was asking about if she plans on buying everything, which she says she does. I thought my question would be, well, how much would that all be, right? We don't know yet, but you guys will. Right. As soon as beta, someone's going to make a post and say this is what you can do everything. But she wanted to know, well, if you buy tokens in bulk, do you get a discount? And I know this was actually kind of a philosophical thing that we were thinking about. You want to explain that?
Right now, we don't have a bundle discount on the tokens. Again, we don't have a ton of stuff. I mean, you pretty much are seeing here in this build what we're offering for day one in beta, or pretty close right after. So we don't have hundreds and hundreds of content packs or things like that. What we've been doing is we've locked down the initial kind of woodlands theme and all the stuff that everybody gets from the get-go. And while that content was done, between then and what we were shipping for beta, we've been building the content packs as fast and as much as we can, and that's pretty much what you see there. So we didn't really hold back stuff, and we don't have a really giant funnel that we're ready to unleash on people. What you'll see is a pretty steady stream over the next couple weeks or so, and hopefully you'll be amassing credits, and when something new comes in, you'll have some credits, or grab some tokens and unlock the stuff you want.
Right. No, that sounds good, and I think it also, there is kind of that. It can be a little weird where, well, geez, if I don't buy all these tokens, it's like I'm not getting the most value, and I don't know. I don't typically like that when I see that in games.
Yeah, I mean, again, the options around buy in a bulk and get a discount and stuff. We really feel like the most powerful thing in the game is buying that wish fulfillment, buying that content that you want, right? So we really feel like the most important thing there is look at the content pack. That's kind of what you want to decide on, and then decide if you want to spend your credits or go ahead and purchase it with your money there. So we make that really easy to do. We try and do as much as we can to give you the right amount of tokens and the right amount of things to get the purchase of what you want, as opposed to sort of encouraging you to load up on those things and just sort of wait for new content and stuff like that.
Right. And I think, ultimately the whole goal of all this thing is we want people to create stuff, because that's really where the game is going to succeed. Project Spark succeeds if the community is creating awesome stuff, and the rest of this is sort of ancillary. It's sort of secondary to that. But to figure out what people want and what we want to do to have people there that are, what do we focus on going forward, right? Do we have, when we plan to have teams that are continuing creating content that you guys want, and we want to be able to make sure we can do that. So that's sort of what this is all about, is figuring out where do we need to go. And you guys are going to be sort of dictating that by letting us know what you're interested in seeing more of.
Yep. So we had a question the other day around the materials. So one of the things I wanted to show is all of these slots down here can have a valid material in them. And when people think about the number of materials, there's 15 simultaneous 3D material packs that they can have. Almost all of those materials have multiple sides, 3 or 2. So, you're looking at like 30, 40 different combinations of materials that you can have in your level at any one time. And we haven't really explained the system a ton, but let's say I use this slot right here to paint my path. Now, I can go into the gallery and I can actually pick that slot, and then I can go into the different materials here. And let's say I don't want a path, I actually want the stone path. I can swap that out if I was in the right thing, and then when I go back to the game, that slot is actually switched out. So think of these things as slots that can be switched in and out and combined all across the various slots you have. So hopefully that answers some of the questions around materials and slots and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, and just some of the questions about there's really nothing here that, it's a real big design philosophy to make sure that we don't have anything here that will stop people from creating. It's just really if there's something specifically cool that you may want, like that prestige axe or whatever it was that you were showing, right? That's not something that you can't do whatever vision you have for your creation. I hope that wouldn't hold you back. So those are the types of things. It's sort of a nice, hey, here's a reward for being one of those folks that are creating and doing a lot of really cool things. Not, hey, if you don't grind away earning credits to get this, you don't have it. So, really it's sort of the value add. At least that's the way we're looking at it. We'll see how it goes in beta. We're open to seeing how this plays out. This is real brand new stuff, right? It's kind of why we're having it.
So I'm not sure what exactly somebody was asking about music, but somebody was asking about playing music. So I'm going to add music to this brain, and the trigger I have right now is just the right trigger. So I'll be able to go into the gallery, and there's going to be some sound here. So you can preview all of these sounds. You can see there's tons and tons of sounds that you can work with for sounds, and then there's a couple of different music tracks for right now that you can go ahead and you can put on here. So very quickly and easily you can see I can hit the right trigger. I believe the music should be playing. But we've talked about before, we've shown with Xbox One and Kinect, you can capture your own animations, your own voice, your own sounds, and your own facial expressions. So there's a lot of different type of options that you can do around that. The other thing you can do is you can go to our sort of world settings, and then when you go to the world settings, it's actually really easy. You can just go down in here, and you can very quickly and easily put on an ambient track or set your own music track just to play from here.
Yeah, the music's very faint. I turned it down because I thought it was too loud.
Yeah, Mike turned down the sound.
So
there we go.
So Corey had a good question. You're playing a level, and then you want to remix it, and you can't because you don't own it. How do you know what you need to buy so you can remix that level?
So I don't know if you saw where we did when we went into Gladiator, but it'll just give you that option. It'll only show you the content that level contains that you don't have.
Okay.
So we bought almost all of them while we were sitting here. So it's hard to demonstrate. But if you look back into Twitch, when we went into Gladiator the second time, I think it was Gladiator, one of them I went into, and I needed the Desert Pack or whatever.
Okay, so it pops it right up there, so you know what you need if you want to remix it. So yeah, it'll explain it so you know, and it'll tell you everything you need. So it's not like, hey, buy this and then get this and then unlock this.
It's going to be hard to find it now, for sure.
Yeah, probably.
Yes.
Let's see. The other stuff.
So we are playing on Windows 8.1 PC with an Xbox 360 controller.
Yeah, and so this will be out. This is, beta is close. We're in certification now. We have a cert candidate. No, we're in. We've submitted it.
We did.
So
Sachs announced.
So he did. He announced it on Twitter. So the way that works, guys, is that takes anywhere from you've seen it take 7 days to 2 weeks or whatever, providing there's no problems. the reason you do this is to make sure that everything is there, and you never know, right? You try and test it and make sure something could come up. That's why we can't tell you a date. I will tell you, don't be standing by your email this week. It won't be this soon.
So Spyben is asking a question of if you made a vanilla level, which I think you mean with the base stuff and the things,
core
the Woodlands theme, and someone
pack.
remixed it and added a bunch of content packs and stuff. Would that affect you? Absolutely not. What happens when somebody remixes a level is it gets versioned, as somebody's pointing out right there, is it gets versioned into its own level. So it does not
They make their own
affect your
version of
level.
it. Yeah,
right.
your level's still
So,
there.
and yours is in the original creator feed and all that stuff. So if you make a game and you have like a really meticulous balance, and somebody comes in and you have your own leaderboard on it, somebody comes in and says, I want invincibility, that doesn't affect your actual level. Your actual level with your balance, all of that stuff is still there the way you have it.
So I'm playing Swan Song. All right, I'm playing something like Swan Song that has a content pack I don't have. I have 20 minutes of spark time. I run out of time midway through. What happens? Do I just get kicked out?
No, it brings up the option to use credits or use tokens to just convert to Spark Power.
So you could basically use your credits to purchase like a day pass if you were really into this game and
you
wanted
just
to do that.
Yep, exactly.
Okay, so it's not like
and you're going to
an
earn
abrupt-
credits just for playing it, because we have some challenges just for playing user-generated content. So you will eventually earn credits just for playing stuff.
Zephyr, what's the one question you wanted to ask? Do you get a warning? So is there? I don't know. I haven't. This has all kind of come together so quickly. Like, do you have a warning? Well, it's on your screen, right? It's on there.
Yes.
You don't see it right now, but
Right.
why do you not see it now?
Because we're playing something that doesn't take Spark time. Or
Oh,
Spark
really?
time.
Okay.
Right.
So,
So Crossroads you can play as long as you want.
right,
It
of
doesn't take
course,
anything,
you can
right.
play that infinitely.
Yeah, you can't bank or roll over the Spark time. It essentially resets back to 20 minutes every day.
Right. No, music. The only way you can import music would be on the with the Kinect on Xbox One. That would be the audio stuff.
Right.
We may do more in the future, but we don't have any specific plans announced for that. We'll see what people want and kind of where things go. And the other question was, yeah, like basically. So what about saving levels? Did that make it in? I know that was another one of those things that was on like getting a save where I am in a level.
In the UGC. So that was something that was attached to level linking. So when level linking comes in, we should have the checkpointing and the auto saving work done at the same time.
So then the follow-up question to that would be,
And that will be seamless. So that will be any UGC you play, you'll be able to basically suspend the state. The creator won't have to put in like specific stuff. As we get further along with the checkpointing and the level linking, the creators can put in their own checkpoints and stuff, but automatically people will be able to get like one save in any UGC they're playing.
then the question is, I'm playing something that maybe is a longer experience that I don't have the contact pack for. I'm using my spark time. Can I save it and then come back tomorrow when I have 20 minutes more and
That's a
continue
good
that?
question. Ideally, we'll have to figure that out when some of the save tech comes online a little bit better. It would be something we'd want to support, though.
Yeah, so we'd want to do that, and of course, who knows until we actually get in there and what the issues are. One of the other questions was, let's see, where's my train of thought here?
Who shall guard this place? Only some guard. Any guard?
So the beta is technically a closed beta, but we expect to, with a short ramp-up time, to make sure we test our servers.
Yep.
I really think we're going to get everybody in who wants to get in there.
We've got some really good questions here, too. So, can you remix Crossroads? Yes, at any time you can pause Crossroads, go into it and remix it. You can then go ahead and sort of add what you want to it, take what you want out of it, change the quests, the dialogue, etc. And then there was another really good question. I'm missing it. I think it was Zephyr. I'm trying to play. And
Well, he was asking about music was one of them.
no, there was another one. I just missed it. So if you've seen it, you can
I'm
try and
scrolling
put it in there again.
up. So is brain stuff locked away, or is it just props?
No, I mean I can show you here.
Oh yeah, no. Then the other question was: is there a way to, like, when we showed the search functionality? People were asking, is there a way to filter so you're only seeing the stuff that's available to you?
That's something that we want to add in the future.
So, would you know before you picked it?
You would know as you're picking it, so you'll not accidentally consume or use Spark time. You'll have the little timer that shows up on the screen, and then on the loading screen, you can always back out once you first get into it. It'll tell you this level takes that.
Well, I was thinking more like a prop, right? Like I'm looking through props, and I'll know which props I can use
Oh, right.
that I already own and I don't?
Right.
And can I search for things that I
Yes,
just
and
don't?
we do want to have we do want to put that in the gallery. So you'll see here they have the little icons on them if you don't have them, and if you hit the button on them, it'll take you to that
Okay.
little item there. Yes, that is one of the things we want to do is allow you to sort those in and out potentially. We still might have like a couple of featured items show up even if you've sorted most of them out, just so people can see the new things coming in and stuff like that. But it is one of the things that we are trying to add at some point.
Yeah, I mean things like modern day like textures and worlds and things along those lines are like certainly something we haven't announced anything like that, but we announced that we're certainly interested in looking at ways that we could expand this universe if things go well, if people like it, and if people like the game and they want us to go in a certain direction. We get sci-fi is probably one of the biggest requests.
Yeah, we hear that a lot, and modern, like urban, is definitely another really big one that we hear a lot as well.
Right. So so I think those are things that we need to look at and see, and if if the game's popular, then definitely we want to expand it in the direction that will allow people to create and do stuff.
Cool.
All right, guys. So we will. There's follow us on Facebook and Twitter. There's they're sharing some threads already on maybe even some petitions on Reddit that I'll check out as soon as I get out of here. I'll post this up on YouTube so you guys can go through and do that. But stay tuned. We'll give you a heads up, at least a day or so before any beta keys start getting emailed up. So please don't check your email every 5 minutes. It's cool, I get it, but really relax. We're going to let you guys know. We don't want anybody to panic. And we'll be giving updates as soon as we know sort of what's going on with that. Any day we're going to hear more and we'll know, and we'll let you know about that. So Stay tuned, but not this week. So don't worry about this week. You can take a little bit of time off. So follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and tomorrow we're going to have another stream, and this will be on the Microsoft Studios channel. And we're going to go through the new user sort of experience again, this time with Jessica Shea, who's the community manager on Halo, who I'm reliably informed everything she does seems to involve giving out some sort of codes
Really?
and things like that. Yeah, is that weird?
Can I come?
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't do that. We're not really nice like that.
You don't do that.
Oh, it's
No,
my
you-
fault.
yeah,
Oh, I
you're-
said, I
you're
don't see
the
you
one
all
that-
giving away
you
beta
don't-
keys to
you
people.
don't- yeah.
So anyway, so tune in tomorrow, 3:30 p.m. So that's about 23 hours from now, and check that out and see, and maybe she'll have some cool stuff to give away.
Yeah, I can't wait to see what she makes. He did the tower defense thing that was really
And that
cool.
went really well. I was really
That was
surprised.
cool.
But he is a super hardcore gamer, and
Yeah.
maybe I'm stacking the deck because I know Jess is. She kind of
Yeah,
told me she's
I
like, I'm a
wanna
very
see what
slow
she makes.
learner. And it's like,
Yeah,
and she's like,
don't fall for that.
freaking Rhodes Scholar.
Don't fall for that.
So outfox me. So anyways, guys, that's it. Sorry we went a little bit long. We'll get this up on YouTube and turn in tomorrow at 3:30 on the Microsoft Studios channel.
Cool. And thanks for all your questions. Thanks for coming, everybody.
Yeah, thanks, guys.